So Moe, you picked me up, you drove me down the road, you showed me these 3 towns, and now we're here on the top of modern Beit Horon. But I don't understand. Why did you drag me here?
Well, those 3 Arab villages that I pointed out to you, they're actually named after 3 ancient cities that were built by Shelaḥ, the daughter of Ephraim.
But weren't all the Israelites already in Egypt?
Yes, great question. The daughter of Ephraim, they were all in Egypt at that time. So it seems a little strange, but we read about in Devarim Aleph, chapter 7, verse 24, that the daughter of Ephraim was here. And she built 3 cities. Ubito She'erah, vatiben et Beit Horon hatahton, ve'et Ayalon, ve'et Uzen She'erah. So that's the upper and lower Beit Horon that we saw. And Uzen She'erah, that she named after herself, today it's our village of Beit Sirah, way down at the bottom by Modi'in.
Wow. And what does that have to do with the Parsha?
Great question. So in the Perashat, we read about 12 spies. One of them was Joshua. He was one of the good ones. And they scout the land for 40 days. But we don't really read much about what they did during those 40 days. The only thing is that they cut some grapes to show everybody. But, I realized this story of She'erah, she was actually Joshua's great-great-great aunt. So I figure when he was scouting out the land, he must have come to this area to see the cities that his great aunt built. And later on, when he's the leader and he's conquering the land, we see that he has an intimate knowledge of this place. There's a famous battle that takes place here, and there's a coalition of 5 kings. Israel chased them down the path of Beit Horon. That's Highway 443 we just drove on. In ancient times, it was the main road from the coastal plain up to the center of the country, Jerusalem. They chased them all the way down past these 3 cities into the valley of Ayalon and beyond. There were also some famous miracles in that battle. The sun stood still so they would have more time to complete the victory.
Wow.
And also these stones rained down from the heavens upon their enemies. Fascinating stuff.
Wow, you just blew my mind. But I don't understand though, if he already knew the land and he knew the area and he was ready for the battle, then why in the Haftarah does it say that he sent spies again?
Great question. Well, things changed after the other spies sinned. Their whole plan had to be altered. They were planning on coming into the country from the south, from the Sinai Desert, up the Central Mountain Range. That's the path that the spies took, and Joshua's plan was based on that. But once they were rerouted, 40 years in the desert, their entry point changed to Jericho, he had to do another reconnaissance mission. And once they entered the land and they got back up to the hill country, we see that he used his intimate knowledge of the land, and that's why there was a tremendous victory here. And it's really fascinating to come here, see how it is that they chase their enemies down a narrow valley, taking advantage of the topography, the higher ground. And as a matter of fact, this spot saw other famous battles. King Saul and King David fought the Philistines here, and Judah the Maccabee chased the Seleucid army also down the path of Beit Horon.
Thank you, Bowie. This was enlightening. I'm never going to drive by this location again and see it the same way.
So something I think we can learn from Joshua in this story is how important it is to be familiar with our family's heritage, to know our roots, and to realize that our roots run very deep here in the land of Israel. So thanks everyone for watching, and special thanks to Ben Stern, aka Bengineer, for giving us that amazing drone footage, for joining me on this journey, and a link to his channel is in the description.